guys, it is Tanya, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to another speed build and to another installment of the Squish. Today I am building a micro home. This is only 29 tiles, and this is a tiny home for an astronaut. This was a suggestion one of you guys left somewhere on the channel a couple of weeks ago, and I just thought it sounded like so much fun, so I decided to start brainstorming, and this is what I came up with. The whole basis of this was I was thinking that there was an astronaut that lived here who wanted to simplify their life a little bit, so when they're not exploring space, they just have this smaller area that they're living within. They like the simpler things in life, and they probably made this home themselves. The inspiration for the exterior of this home, or the overall shape, color, design that I was going for, was I thought it would be kind of a cool idea if this tiny home was made out of recycled parts of old spaceships, and kind of worked with the idea of having an astronaut tiny home. So that's definitely what I went for. And then the interior is rather modern. There is a skylight. There is a side light over here. It's not a light, a window. It's interesting. When there are windows on the roof, they're called skylights, but then they're not called wall lights if they're windows on the wall. Anyway, we have a lot of light coming into the space. I use this round window in the front from Realm of Magic, which I think is super pretty, and there's a decent amount of greenery, and this is in the middle of Oasis Springs, so everything else is very desert-y, and it's probably not the most realistic place for this to reside since there is a functioning spaceship in the backyard. There's a rocket that can just take off. It's probably very dangerous to be as close to the structure as I have it, but it's The Sims and it's totally fine. Plus, like, if something does catch fire, we're getting a base game update next week that's giving us firefighters, so I mean, we'll be okay in the end no matter what, right? That's how this works. It's like, yeah, I'll totally live in a place where I could easily catch my whole home on fire because a firefighter will come and save me. But anyway, we're working on the interior here. This is not really the layout I go for, and it is a very small home in that I don't have a full kitchen in here. There is a mini fridge, a microwave, a counter, and a sink, and then there's a barbecue outside. So there's no regular stove, but you can definitely make do, make lots of food. You can order out. You can do whatever you'd like here, and of course you could renovate it and decide what's more important to you to have in the space versus what I chose. But I really liked the idea of just having it very compact and minimal, and I could just really imagine this being something you would see on one of those YouTube channels of touring tiny houses, like really unique ones. So that's what I was going for. I wanted it, like I said, to look a little bit like it was using parts of a spaceship, mostly on the outside. And the inside, I do end up painting the walls with more of a tiled look, which kind of looked like it fit the vibe a little bit. It's kind of hard to explain, like, the picture that's in your head and how you try to communicate that in the game or on paper if you're an artist, and hopefully it comes across. But the bathroom we have just has a toilet and a shower. There is a sink in the kitchen space though, so you definitely have everything you need. And then I used a single tile bed from Tiny Living. I used a decent amount of Tiny Living in this build because I love that stuff pack. It works so well. And the rooftop area is really interesting as well. Like I mentioned, there is this skylight, but I do later on end up adding a lounger up here and a yoga mat because I just thought that this sim would like to unwind a little bit. So we have yoga, you can relax, there's some gardening, there's some woodworking, and there is a guitar on this lot as well. Anyway, it feels so good to be back building tiny houses. I took a little bit of a break from it, made similar medium-sized houses, a mansion, what was that? And it feels good to get back to my absolutely favorite thing to build in the game. Sometimes it's nice to step away and just like look at something different for a little while. But then when I come back to this, oh my gosh, I have so many ideas. I mean, I think this one alone is like an interesting concept. Thank you again to whoever had left that suggestion. But things that I cannot wait to do with the new pack, like as soon as I get my hands on that, it's just going to be, the Squish will be back. Like, it's taking over and I'm so excited. But we're going to finish up this build first. Just adding some decorations. I do have a painting that I put on the wall in the kitchen space that is like a space painting. I thought that was nice. There's a couple nods here and there throughout the build to that career, but mostly I just wanted the exterior to look like it was made out of a ship. So that was that was that whole concept. I want the inside just to be like sleek, minimal, and comforting, relaxing, you know, escaping that other crazy part of their life. So that's what I was going for, adding some plants. And then we're going to add one of my favorite additions. I added this little rocket lamp. I imagine that the Sim living here got this when they were a child, and because like they always dreamed of being an astronaut, and now like that is their life, and it's one of the material possessions they kept when they downgraded or like upgraded, downsized into this tiny home. And I just thought that was such a special, adorable idea. So I was very, very excited to add that. I'm just getting so excited over fictional people. Like, they're even fictional Sims. Like, I didn't make this Sim. I'm just excited at the concept of them. And I love when I get like this over builds. It makes them so much more enjoyable. But we're just adding a couple more decorations into the bathroom. There is kind of an over the toilet organizer, you know, toilet paper, and I have some air plants in there. I know they're like little potted plants, but I'm imagining they're air plants. I thought they looked nice in that space. And then going back outside to add some railings to make this a little bit more safe, because maybe it'll catch fire immediately, but at least you won't fall off a cliff. So, I mean, you win some, you lose some. Adding the woodworking bench out here, I thought the whole idea of construction and like making parts of this home themselves, it made sense to have that. Plus it'd be a fun hobby. The whole idea of mostly liking to lay low and have a simpler life. I do have a TV inside because I feel like it's really nice to have in the game, but that's something you can easily delete. It's just on the wall in the kitchen space. You can just delete and have a life without that. I feel like this home would be pretty easy to upgrade. Oh my gosh, my dog just like shook his ear. He like walked in here just to shake his ears. You guys probably heard that in the background. But I feel like this house would be an easy one to upgrade once the new pack comes out, to make it more of an eco home, add some solar panels and all of that. And I think that'd be a really cool use. Although I don't know if it's going to say that the rocket is taking away power from the lot or not. And if so, I imagine it would be a lot. I don't really know how that works, because I know we're getting a lot of things to deal with, you know, your eco footprint and needing fuel for generators and just so much stuff. I don't know if a rocket would have any impact on that whatsoever, because I imagine that's not very eco-friendly. So anyway, this is the rooftop space. I thought it was really relaxing and nice. We have the lounger I'd mentioned, the yoga mat, and there is a planter over in the corner as well. And then I'm just adding a couple of floor lights so that it's not so dark up here in the middle of the night. This was one time I really wished we had normal sized telescopes. That would have been perfect for that rooftop. But we just have that giant observatory, and that just doesn't work. I cut the footage out, but I did try to put it up there. There was no way. It's just not going to happen. I want a regular sized telescope. Please, Sims team, please. Anyway, I'm just adding some decorations, and then we're heading on into screenshots. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. The voiceover was kind of a mess, but that's just how I am today. Hopefully you guys are doing well and you enjoy the screenshots. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. You can also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and if you click that bell, it'll turn on notifications so you'll be notified of every single time I upload a new video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all soon. Bye, everybody.